Welcome to our channel everyone. My name is Aman. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. Today we're going to make a video about business people who want to come to Canada but they do not have a startup idea, or they do not have a huge amount of investment to invest under the provincial entrepreneur programs. So the idea we are going to talk about today, or the business program, it's called C11 Work Permit for Entrepreneurs or Self-Employed People who can provide economic benefit to Canada. So if this is something you're interested to know about, stay tuned because we got a lot of good information in this video for you. So the program we are speaking about today is the Entrepreneur Self-Employed Candidate seeking to operate a business in Canada. Under this program, we have a regulation under Immigration and Refugee Protection Act. It's Part 205, which says a work permit may be issued under the Section 200 to a foreign national who intend to perform work that would create or maintain a social, cultural, or economic benefit, or the opportunities for Canadian citizen or permanent residents. So we're not going to go under the details of Section 200, which is basically the ways the immigration officer can issue you a work permit. But Part 205 says that if you are self-employed in your own country and you coming to Canada can provide economic benefit or social benefit or cultural benefit to Canada, then immigration officers can issue you a work permit for 1 year to come to Canada and establish yourself here. So talking about the history of this program, when this program started back in the days, it was mainly for the cultural and social benefits. So the people who are either authors and writers, creative performing artists, musicians, dancers and actors, painters, photographers, sculptors and other visual artists, motion picture people working in the motion picture technical jobs, editors, journalists and translators, and people in sports and unique skills. So it was basically for those people, but recently they added the economic benefit section as well. So other people who are running their own business as self-employed, they can also apply into this program. So a little bit about these cultural and social benefits. The people who were applying in this program are the people who are at the top of their art and the top of the profession they were at. They have won many awards globally, and those awards can translate into cultural benefit to Canada. So the applications which we used to do when we applied for these people is to show IRCC that how bringing this person to Canada would actually bring those benefits to Canadian citizens as well. And see, even in a situations where there is a misrepresentation of a society, for example, if you are living in a province where there is not a lot of food option for you, and somebody brings along a restaurant chain which is specifically targeting to those people, so those could be enough social benefits for that society in Canada to grant a work permit under this program. So who does this program apply to? The foreign nationals applying to work for themselves or operate their own business on a temporary basis. So the example is that, as I mentioned before, that you have your own business in your home country and you want to either expand or move your business to Canada on a temporary basis. For example, if you're even running a food truck, right, and there is a food truck festival happening in Canada and you want to come over and display your food in one of those festivals, and you have done your due diligence, you have got the letters from the authorities to operate that truck, and you have already rented a truck or even in the process of renting a truck. So those kind of things can actually happen under this program. And even if you read this next line, that IRCC says that if an applicant intends to start or buy a business and eventually stay in Canada on a permanent basis, officers should encourage the applicant to apply for the permanent residency as well. So this work permit will eventually lead for a permanent residency for you. And again, when you're applying for your permanent residency, your spouse and your dependent children are also going to get the permanent residency as well. So just by getting a C11 work permit, which is for economic benefit, you eventually open the doors to get permanent residency for your whole family. The most important question comes up, that what are the factors which will be considered when we are speaking about the significant benefit. The first is that if you're doing the work in Canada, is your work likely going to create a viable business that will benefit Canadian or permanent resident workers or provide economic stimulus? So this is a very important point, because when we apply the application under this program, we have to justify this point to the most strongest opinion possible. The idea here is that, for example, if you are coming to a community where there are for example, 5 restaurants catering to a community and you becomes the 6th restaurant, that is not actually providing economic benefit, that actually creating a problem for the existing restaurants which are there already. So in that situation, your application would likely be declined. And for economic stimulus, again, if you are coming to the greater Toronto area where there's already a lot of restaurants or already a lot of businesses, and you want to open up a new business there, that is not a very strong case. But if you end up choosing to open up a business in a place where that kind of business does not exist, and if opening that business there would provide economic stimulus and jobs to that community, that becomes a strong case for your business. And the next is that does the applicant have the particular background or skills that will improve the viability of the business? That again, saying the same thing, that if you are running your business in your home country and it's successful, we can show that as an example that you have all the experience of running that business. But if you do not have any previous experience in running a business, and now you all of a sudden you want to invest in Canada and want to open up a new business, but you do not have any experience, it's going to go against your case, and IRCC very likely is going to not approve the application for you. The third is that, is there a business plan that clearly shows that the applicant has taken steps to initiate the business? So the important point here is to understand they are saying that the applicant has taken steps to initiate the business. So the point here is that you are not supposed to actually purchase the business already, but you have to have a business plan which shows that you have the financial resources, you have done your due diligence of vetting the business, trying to reach out to people where you're going to buy the business or partner with somebody, and you have a complete business plan on how you're going to run the business, how you're going to market the business, how you're going to recruit the right people, how you're going to do the marketing and the sales for the business. So if you have a great business plan which clearly states your intentions of coming to a specific part of Canada, which probably is underrepresented in terms of that business, you're going to have a very strong file. The last is that, has the applicant taken some measures to put the business plan into action, showing the evidence of having the financial ability to begin the business, pay expenditures, renting space, having staffing plans, obtaining a business number, showing ownership documents and agreements. So this is the same point as I mentioned before, that if you intend to buy a business in Canada and you want to apply into this program, you need to have your document ready. You need to have actual intention of running and operating a business in Canada, which is your primary business in your home country, because you're self-employed. And when I say business, it doesn't mean that you have to create a service or a product which you want to sell. If you are self-sufficient and if you're self-employed, you're working on your own, that is your business, and you can bring that business to Canada. Maybe even by hiring one employee, you can actually run a business where you provide service like photography or VFX animations and stuff like that. So all of these things combined together, if we can put together in a piece of paper and make a complete application which shows your intention, which shows your capabilities and your previous experience, that's going to make a very strong case for you. Now, talking about the factors while considering the significant benefits, with our experience, we have narrowed it down to about 7 different categories, which we know IRCC and the ESDC, the Business Department of Immigration Canada, actually tries to give more preferences to people who are under these industries. First one is the new technology. So if you're coming to Canada with your self-employed business and you're bringing some new technology to Canada which is not in Canada already, then you would have a very strong file. If you are generating new products or services which are in a place where that the community is not getting that service, going to definitely help you. Increasing exports from Canada. So this is also a very important point, that if you have experience of doing import-export, not just from your own country, but from other countries as well, and you can come to Canada and help Canada export the Canadian products to the outside market, then you are going to be able to apply under this program as well. For the next one is the research and development. Again, it comes along with the new technology as well. So if you are into research and development, then you can actually establish a facility in Canada which will do the same things. Again, definitely is going to work out for you. Next one is servicing underserved local or regional market, which I mentioned a couple times before, that if you are opening up your business, may it be any type of business in a society or a community which doesn't have that type of business, and they actually have the requirement of that business, your application is going to be very more or less likely accepted, provided the other parts of the applications are done correctly as well. Then bringing technology and specific knowledge to Canada. So this is also again more or less related to the intra-company transfer, wherein you have some kind of specific skills now working maybe for yourself or maybe for a part of a company which you are going to come to Canada and train people working in Canada for the same technology. So it's going to definitely work in your benefit. Then the last one is revamping traditional businesses. So for example, if a business has been done in a specific way for about say 50, 60, 100 years, and then you come along and say, you know what, I have a way of doing this business better, which will either create more jobs or provide more economic benefit to Canada, your application will be likely accepted if you can show and demonstrate how that thing is going to work. So moving on, while doing our research, we also identified the key sectors and that IRCC is going to support more or less when you are doing applications under these sectors. The first one is information technology, then industrial automation, aerospace, financial services, automotive industry, food and beverage manufacturing, mining, and tourism. So if you're willing to apply under this program, the likeliness of doing an application under these programs and getting them accepted is going to be very high. It doesn't mean that if you do an application outside of these industries, not going to be accepted, but it has to have a very good business plan, and then you have to be able to execute that business in Canada as well. So again, if you are interested in this program, reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to vet your business and see that which business option is going to be the best fit for you. Okay, one last important point is the degree of ownership. So when you are applying under this program, the main applicant, the primary applicant, must control at least 50% of the business in question. So that this is a mandate for this application. You can be a partner with somebody else in that self-employed business back in your home country, but you need to demonstrate that you have at least 50% of the business ownership. And in this situation, it even works better that if the other 50%, or if you are 60 and 40% owner, you being the 60%, the other ownership, if it's a Canadian ownership, then even it's going to work better for your whole application as well. Last, and if there are multiple owners, only one owner is generally eligible for work permit. So it doesn't mean that if you have like 4 people working on a business which is on a self-employed basis, and then you want to apply for a work permit for all 4 of them, that's not going to work out. You need to actually decide that who is going to be the primary applicant who will get the business to Canada. And once it's set up here, then we will figure out other ways to bring the other candidates to Canada if that's your end goal. So having said that, so that was all about the C11 work permit for self-employed people who can provide economic benefit to Canada. With this video and the other videos we made about the startup visa program and the provincial entrepreneur investment programs, you can see that there are multiple options for business owners who want to come to Canada. And if you are in a situation where you want to come to Canada under any of these programs, reach out to our team. We'll be more than happy to sit down with you and understand your credentials and if you qualify for any of these programs. If you do not, then we'll figure out a way that how you will qualify so that you can prepare your documentations accordingly, and then you'll be able to apply for these applications. The purpose of making these videos for us is to make immigration information more accessible to people and more transparent, because the way we work is that we will engage you into the whole program and we will make you understand that what the actual requirements of the programs are. So you will yourself see that how you are going to be eligible for these programs. If you want to reach out to our team, the information to message us or go to our website is under the description section down below. And if you like the content of the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends, because I know personally that there is a lot of people who are actually looking for these kind of videos and the information we provide, because there is a lot of scattering noise on YouTube as well, and the right information is not getting to people. So please share it with your friends. Thank you very much for watching, and stay safe, please.